Hey, today we want to talk about the law of the inner circle. Who is it that's around your life, that you're living life with, that you're serving with, that you're working with? Everyone needs an inner circle, including yourself. You know, we see the scripture, it says, iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen another. The idea that the people around us keep us sharp, the people around us make us better. And so I just want to encourage you to evaluate who's on your inner circle. And sometimes life is very lonely, and it's hard to have people on their inside. But yet in Scripture we know that needs to happen, and it needs to take place in your life as a leader. Oftentimes people say, well, it's lonely at the top. It's the wrong idea. If you get to the top of the mountain and no one's there, no one's been following you. So you want to bring people with you as a leader, especially as a spiritual leader. And you know, one of the things that we have a high rate of in ministry world is a lot of people have burnout. And one of the reasons they have burnout is because they don't have people to live life with. They feel oftentimes isolated by themselves, all alone. They're fighting against their own flesh. They're fighting against the devil himself. They're sitting there fighting, trying to survive life in ministry, and they're trying to do it by themselves, all alone. And you know, that's where Satan is seeking who he can devour. And he wants to come after you when you try to live life on your own. I have done it, and I have failed miserably the times that I've tried to be by myself. And one of the things, particularly with men, is as you get older and as you get in an established company or church or nonprofit, you begin to not know as many people. You begin to not have as many true connected friends in your life. And ultimately, you begin to wither away gradually. You begin to erode like the ocean and the beachfront, and sand's just eroding away, and you don't even realize it internally, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, whatever, because we're living life by ourselves. So the question is, what's the difference between the crowd or those you're discipling and the inner circle? And if it's okay to have an inner circle. As minister, I would say absolutely yes. Sometimes people say a minister can't have friends within his or her own congregation. I think that's baloney. I think that's foolish thinking. I understand the reason for that, but the bottom line is Jesus had his disciples, and he had Peter, James, and John, which were his inner circle. No question about it. Let me talk to you about that for a moment. If you look at the transfiguration, and we see this in Matthew 17, verse 1 through 3, it says that Jesus took Peter, James, and John up on the mountain, a high mountain, and Moses and Elijah showed up, and they had this amazing, glorious experience together. Well, the other disciples didn't get to do that. Why? Because Jesus had an inner circle. But then when we see later in Matthew 26, when Jesus is going to the Garden of Gethsemane to face the cross, getting preparation the night before the cross and the crucifixion, he again takes three people with him, his inner circle. Peter, James, and John. So what we learn is that for Jesus himself, if he needed an inner circle, why would we not have an inner circle? We need to have it. And the other thing is, he took his inner circle to the mountaintop, and he took his inner circle to the valley. He took the inner circle from glory to the place to face death. And you took it from the light, because the glory of God showed up on the mountain with a great light, and the darkness there in the garden. So what we see is that you and I need people in our lives. And it can't be a large number. It's a small number. 2, maybe 3, as Jesus had. Who live life with us. Who's there for us. Who we can vent to. Who we can talk to. Who we can pray with. Who we can share life's dreams with. And we can share life's despair with. It's going to be those are the people that's most important in our life that we live life with. And so, who's in your inner circle? If you don't have anyone, I'd encourage you to go figure out who they can be and begin to pray and ask God. I know it's hard. It's very difficult, especially if you move to a new city or something. It's always difficult to connect with new people. And so I just want to encourage you to begin to pray. Who needs to be in your inner circle? Ask God to bring those people to you. Begin to cultivate those relationships, and then live life out with those individuals. If you already have your inner circle, you need to take a look and say, are these people the type of people that I can go to the mountaintop with, and I can go to the valley with? And that's who needs to be on inner circle. So God bless you. I hope that God's giving you a great friend or two or three, and in your workplace or there in your church or what have you. It's so important. So God bless, and thanks for watching this video.